Hey, Ina and Solomon. So I'm going to show you real quick some quick tips and tricks on the Escalade. I know you're pretty familiar with Yukon XL. And this truck's a little bit different, so I wanted to show you some things that I think would interest you. As I walk up to the back of the truck, as long as I have the key fob on my person, right below this area there's a class 3 hitch and a wiring harness if you remove the cover, but right in the center of it, if I walk up and I kick my foot underneath there, okay, it'll flash the lights and then it opens the rear hatch. Just makes it easy to get into the back if you're carrying large objects or just grocery bags. To close it again, all I do is I literally just walk up and kick underneath again. You see the lights flash on the truck that will warn you that the rear hatch is going to lower down, and it lowers right back down. I really like the mud flaps on the outside of the truck. They're molded and they will prevent stuff from being splashed up onto the bottom or the running board on the outside. You have that cool LED lights that are built into the door handle that will definitely illuminate at night. I'm going to show you coming around the inside here. The layout is probably similar to your Yukon XL, just a little bit, I think, more cleaned up, and definitely leans heavily, more heavily on the luxury side of things. Right away you can see power windows, power locks. You get the power folding mirrors on the outside. Now, the memory settings might be a little bit different than the Yukon XL, but I think they're pretty similar. If you hit the set button, it's going to lock in either position 1 or position 2, and the way you set it is hit the set button first and then either the number 1 or number 2. After it, you'll hear it chirp, and you know that the seat, the mirrors, the steering wheel position are all locked into that key fob and that setting. This vehicle's got an electronic parking brake, so the kind of cool thing with this, to set it, literally just press it in and you'll hear it engage. To turn it back off, you need to make sure you have your foot in the brake pedal and pull back up on that. I'm gonna have it hop in and just show you real quick some of the items inside that I think might be a little bit different. So the Q system will load right up. What's nice about this, hang on, I'm gonna shut down the AC for a second just so you can hear what I'm saying. You have heads-up display. I don't know if you'll be able to make it out, but you'll definitely be able to see it. It will project, I can just about make it out on my camera view, your speed, speed limit, any of your navigation commands will pop up over there. You change your radio station, that'll change out too. So you got 3 commands up over here. HUD is going to raise and lower that camera so you can see what's projected up over there. Kind of cool thing about this is the only person that will be able to view this is the driver. You can be sitting directly behind the driver, you won't see it. You can be sitting in the passenger seat, you're not going to see it. It projects your information up onto the windshield, so it's pretty cool. You have an info button that's going to change it into 3 different screens, and you have a brightness that will increase overall. I really like the feature. Some people don't like it. You can raise and lower the HUD to remove the image off the windshield altogether, or lower the brightness down to next to nothing, and you won't be able to view it if it bothers you. But I really like it. I think you should play around with it, see how what you think. This should look pretty familiar to you, just laid out a little bit differently. Automatic headlamps, and you also have a selectable 4-wheel drive. Now what's kind of interesting with this truck is it's a 4-speed selectable 4-wheel drive. You got 2 high, auto, 4 high. These are all shiftable at any speed. If you got a bad rainstorm and you're feeling a little weird about the situation, you can shift at 70 miles an hour on the expressway and it will engage. The only one that you have to sort of do anything a little bit different is 4 low. That would be if you want on the beach, or if you got a really bad snowstorm down in Florida, if that happens. I think you're definitely gonna utilize this control, but basically it changes the gearing in the truck. You need to come to a complete stop, put the truck into neutral, and then shift to get in or out of this area. It's going to only allow you to get up to about 40 miles an hour, but it provides a ton of torque to pull you out of any situation. Up over here you have forward collision alert, right? And you'll see it does 2 things. This has got the adaptable cruise control. So it says adjust gap on there, and you can do far, medium, or near. Kind of cool thing with that is it's going to keep you on pace with the traffic in front of you and either slow things down or speed things up. So pretty cool system. You have automatic braking on this too as well, and it works pretty much in conjunction with that. The other feature that I'm going to slide over here real quick with that adaptive cruise control that comes in handy is this. Now this is a lane assist button. You want to leave that on all the time. It's going to keep the truck centered on a lane unless you signal. So it's going to make you a little bit better driver. When you signal, no problem, you'll be able to turn either left or right into the other lane. If you don't signal and you begin to drift into that lane, it's going to force you back into the actual lane itself. Now you can override it by just manhandling the steering wheel and push through, but I think it's great. You're pretty much one step away from the vehicle driving itself. Over here on this side, you have basically a 5-way controller. Now there's 3 ways to operate the radio. You can use the voice commands up over here, the 5-way controller, or the traditional touchscreen combined with this control panel over here. I'll talk a little bit about the control panel in a second. 5-way controller is going to allow you to highlight the screen and change the boxes up over here. So there's 3 different areas altogether. Now I'm going to go into options real quick to show you one of the things I think is kind of cool. There's a display layout area. If you go in there, there's a second enhanced display, which I kind of like. It brings it and makes it into a little bit more futuristic display where you have actually 4 areas of information. If you don't like it, all you do is tap on the balanced again and it's going to bring you back and change your layout. But something for you to play around with and figure out what you like. On this side, on the GMCs, they had the hidden storage compartment with an actual button. There's no button on the Cadillac. You have to know a little bit about the truck altogether. On the passenger side, chrome applique in the bottom, if you tap on it really, really lightly, it opens right up. And then inside, you have a USB port, an area to keep cash or 9mm if you're in New York. But basically, the only people that know about it usually are people that have Cadillacs. So pretty cool. You can lock this out along with the glove box by setting a code in the settings. And so when I go in there, you'll see there's like 3 pages of options. The valet mode is what's going to allow you to set a combination, and that will lock out this area, the area with the glove box too as well, and your radio displays to make it less appealing to the valet to sit in your car altogether. I think you'll recognize most of the other buttons up over here. Mode is going to change the way that the transmission shifts. Basically, you have a touring mode, a sport mode, and a snow and ice mode to better work with the 4-wheel drive system in the truck. Other kind of cool button up over here is the park assist. When you hit that button, you need to be in gear. So I'll put it in gear for a second. But you have to be under 18 miles an hour. If you press the button, right, you notice that the display pops up over here, and you can either search for a perpendicular spot or a parallel spot. And the way you tell the computer to figure out which side you're going to look for it is by hitting the signal, right? So if I hit the directional for the right side, the truck begins searching on the right side. If I hit it for the left side, it's searching now on the left-hand side. So pretty cool stuff. You can select what you're looking for. Essentially, it'll tell you to stop the truck. You want to take your hands off the steering wheel at that point, and it'll give you instructions to hit the gas pedal or hit the brake. It's really dead on accurate. It does a great job of parking, or if you're concerned about getting into a tight spot, it does a great job of doing that as well. Real quick with some other features on the vehicle that I think are important. So if I turn this off, give me 1 second, I'll bring you back to the main page. All right, I'm gonna dismiss this. Okay. The thing I point out to you is the controls on the display. You see all these chrome appliques? They are not buttons. They are guides for your finger. So if I want to adjust the volume, I'm running my finger above the chrome applique right on top of the words volume. Okay, so you want to actually tap on the words or the pictures of the items that you want to adjust. The chrome appliques are just something to sort of give it a little bit more luxurious feel and separate the areas on the display. Climate control, I'll tell you, so you have a more advanced area. You can definitely adjust the climate control up over here, but if you want to adjust the rear, you come back up over here, tap on the rear, and you can hear the fan running in the back. But literally I can turn this on or off or make the adjustments all together. Hang on, I'm gonna go back to the front side, and everything is turned off, which is cool. Right, you can turn on or off, make the adjustments. One second. I can sync the temperatures all together.
So that in a nutshell is my quick tutorial. Hopefully this helps you. If you have questions, my cell phone's 516-660-8925, 516-660-8925. Thanks a lot. I look forward to talking to you soon.